ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्र्यवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् हृदाकाशे सदा भान्तं शान्तमानन्दरूपिणम् ज्ञानभानुमहं वन्दे सद्गुरुं सत्यसायिनम् ॐ आदित्याय विद्महे सहस्रकिरणाय धीमहि तन्नः सूर्यः प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ अतिताम्राणि वासागुंसे अष्टिवज्रशतघ्नि च विश्वे देवा विप्रहरन्ति अग्निजिह्वा असश्चत नैव देव we'll finish this, right? We finished the Kadamba.
Yes,
Tadindra Vamrupena. That also we finished. Okay, so then Tadindra Vamrupena. Sorry, Tasyen. Om Tasyendro Vamrirupena Dhanurjamachinat Swayam Tadindra Dhanurityajam Abhravarneshu Chakshate Etadeva Shayor Parkasptyasya etadrudrasya dhanuh rudrasya tveva dhanurartrihi shira utpipesha sapravargyo bhavat tasmajjat sapravargyeda yajnena yajate रुद्रस्य सशिरः प्रतिदधाति नैनगुं रुद्र आरुको भवति य एवं वेद ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः Om Shri Sai Ram. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hari Om, Shalom, Sai Ram, Namaste.
Sai Ram, sir.
We finished the last mantra with this, the process of Pravargya and how the Rudra's head is reunited in this Yajna process. Sapravargyena Yajnena Yajate Rudrasya Sashirah Pratidadhati Nainam Rudra Aruko Bhavati Ya Evam Veda. This is the mantra that we finished last week. And there is a significant amount of information for transformation in that last mantra. It's a Brahmana. It's basically giving significant, though seem to be some irrelevant, quote unquote, nonsensical story of some Indra biting off the Rudra's bow and then his head getting cut off, all of that stuff. None of that applies to neither the Rudra nor that applies to the Puranic Indra. nor that applies to anybody else. This is the yajna each individual is doing. This Rudra, the Indra, the Dhanus, everything is inside you, not outside of you. When you really do this Antar Yajna, we are doing the actual Yajna. Doing the Bahir Yajna has absolutely no value for transformation, period. Understand this. This is not what I am saying. This is what the great rishis have said. This is what Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba has said. This is what Adi Shankara has said. This is what the Upanishads said. Upanishads themselves declare that doing external yajna really does not give you any Brahma Vidya or self-realization. In fact, Ishavasya Upanishad very clearly says, both those that do the rituals without understanding the self-transformation and those that do rituals simply for the sake of going into higher worlds, they both go to darkness. They both go to darkness only. Some people go to darkness for a longer period of time. Some people go into darkness for a very short period of time. That is the only difference. Oh, this is a very hard message. And this hard message is given by Ishavasya Upanishad itself. I'm not making up any of it. There is nothing that this individual, this speaker has to say anything new at all. Everything is already said. Everything is already done. Only thing we have to do is to be present to what is said and to be present to what is done and do that. That really leads to our own transformation. So who is the Rudra in you? Who is the Indra in you? What is the Dhanus within? What does it mean that the string is cut off? What does it mean that the Rudra's head has blown off? What does it mean to take that head and reunite in the yajna process? And that for the one who does this, the Rudra doesn't harm them. Nainam Rudra Aruko Bhavati. Yeah, evam Veda. This is all you have to realize. Yeah, evam Veda is a very beautiful statement that comes within. Yeah, evam Veda. They're saying everything and then they say, yeah, evam Veda. This is the only thing you have to know. So what is it that you have to know? We are all thinking, oh, we have to know the mantra, how to chant properly. No. You have to know the essence, the teaching in the Brahmana. And that was the conclusion of that entire process. And now we are all wondering, what is all this to do with Shishira Rutu? No. Suddenly you introduce this story and everything. What is it that all of this to do with Shishira Rutu? If I answer every question, the intellects won't work, no? They will all suffer from happiness. So sometimes what you have to do is there won't be any effort put. I mean, effort. Even doing the quiz, there is a quiz laid out, everything, and there are so many people that come to this classes. How many of you here on this? If you have not done the quiz, you have to ask yourself the question, what is the purpose of my going to a class? How is it a class? How is it a learning? If you tell your children, have you done your homework? And you are in a class, you don't do the homework yourself, what example you are setting? Cheppinattu chestara. 350 students for namesake, out of which 30% have done the quiz as of today, and today is the last date. And I'll share the results. What's the reason for complaints? I'm not serious. If you're not serious even to come to a class and go through the process of discipline and also join what you have learned to really connect to what you have already learned through mantra, through these monthly Rudrabhishekams or Devi Matyam, etc. And then people say, we want to chant this. How would you actually retain all of that stuff? Sairam, I'm asking you very hard questions because this is not some ashamasha, ashamashi, fun ke liye, come and time pass. I also have learned it feels good about something. That's not this kind of stuff. For that, there are other people who do teach chanting day in and day out, and they actually do much better than the speaker because they're much more perfect chanters. That's not the purpose of this. Is a study. This is a study. So it's called a study. Veda study. This is not Veda learning, Veda class, Veda this, Veda that. This is study. Adhyayana. That seriousness, if it is not there, you cannot learn anything in life. We do our jobs with a steadiness and 24/7 sitting, logging into our computers because somebody is paying. That's the only reason why. It's the reason for livelihood. This is not about livelihood. This study is about life itself. Life itself. So why I am saying that? If you did not, these stories and these mantras and these yajnas, yagas, all the stuff that you're doing, they only take you to darkness for a limited period of time because you have chitta shuddhi. That's all you will get out of it. That is all the process to actually start reflecting inside and to connect to the inside of that. For that, you require not only listening, but contemplation, concentration, meditation, and adhyayana, study, steadiness in study, adhyayana. So, what is all this stuff to do with Shishira Ritu? And why did I come to that? Because answering every question, leads to compliance. Complacence. I'm sorry, not compliance. Complacence. English is not my first language. So let's go to next mantra. Atyurdhva kshovatirashchat.
Please share.
You are the co-host, no? May I not make you co-host?
No, not yet.
Where are you? Speak again.
Testing serum.
Oh, I thought I made you co-host. Yeah, sorry. Okay, here it is.
Okay.
So this next mantra also continues with Shishira Ritu. As I mentioned, Shishira Ritu mantras are the longest mantras in the entire Ritu Mandala. Lot of exposition has been done for Shishira Ritu. So we get into this. Anuvakam number 6. Atyurdhva kshotirashchat.
अत्युर्ध्वाक्षोतिरश्चात्
Shishirah pradrishyate.
शिशिरः प्रदृश्यते
नैव रूपन्न वासागुंसि.
नैव रूपन्न वासागुंसि
न चक्षुः प्रतिदृश्यते.
न चक्षुः प्रतिदृश्यते
ॐ अत्युर्ध्वाक्षोतिरश्चात्.
ॐ अत्युर्ध्वाक्षोतिरश्चात् अत्युर्ध्वाक्षोतिरश्चात्
शिशिरः प्रदृश्यते.
शिशिरः प्रदृश्यते शिशिरः प्रदृश्यते
नैव रूपं न भासागुंसि
नैव रूपं न वासागुंसि नैव रूपं न वासागुंसि
न चक्षुः प्रति so there is a swarita on that. I missed the swarita. Naiva रूपं न भासागुंसि
नैव रूपं न वासागुंसि नैव रूपं न वासागुंसि
न चक्षुः प्रतिदृश्यते
न चक्षुः प्रतिदृश्यते न चक्षुः प्रतिदृश्यते
अत्योर्ध्वा 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 अत्योर्ध्वाक्षोतिरश्चात् शिशिरः प्रदृश्यते नैव रूपं न वासागुंसि न चक्षुः प्रतिदृश्यते
ॐ अत्योर्ध्वाक्षोतिरश्चात् शिशिरः प्रदृश्यते नैव रूपं न वासागुंसि न चक्षुः प्रतिदृश्यते
Sishiraha, let's look at the words. It won't be exactly like, okay, I'll say the words as exactly in pada and then connect them with the meaning. Ati, urdhva, akshaha, atirashchat, shishiraha, pradrishyate, na eva rupam, na vasamsi, na chakshuhu, pratidrishyate. So naiva rupam na vasamsi na eva rupam na vasamsi na chakshuhu sisiraha pradrishyate. Sisiraha, the sisira ritu pradrishyate, appears as if it has ati urdhva akshaha. Ati urdhva rakshaha. Akshaha. Aksha means ice, highly raised ice. So, and also it appears to have ati, atihi aschat, ati raschat, which is also cross-eyed. Pratidrishyate, when you add, the first one is pradrishyate, it appears. Pratidrishyate, when actually look at it upon reflection, upon careful observation, na eva rupam, it doesn't have any form at all. It doesn't have any clothes, na vasamsi, na chakshuhu, it doesn't even have eyes. Why is it? It's interesting because every other thing, who remembers who are the devas for the deities for the Shishira Ritu?
Vishvedevas.
Good, excellent. Now, what are the things that they're trying to say? So you can see that they did not describe any clothes. Oh, okay, there is Atitamra Anivasamsi. Who does that apply to? Atitamra Anivasamsi. Super red color clothes. Who did that apply to?
Grishma Ritu.
Person.
Completely incorrect.
Vasant.
Shuklavasa Rudraganaha. That is Grishma Ritu. Come on, come on.
Vasanta Ritu.
No. It applies to... Okay. Okay, now stop guessing.
Varsha Ritu.
Stop guessing, must stop guessing.
Sorry.
Okay.
Vasanta.
No, stop guessing.
Shishir Ritu.
Correct. Shishira Ritu is correct. Now suddenly they're saying, suddenly you're saying it doesn't even have clothes. But to begin with, the very first mantra itself, Ati Tamrani Vasagumsi Ashti Vajrishatagnica Vishve Deva Vipraharanti. Vishve Devas are the deities, the rulers. And then it talked about super blood red color. That's how the mantra starts. Now suddenly at the end of all of it, it's saying it has neither any form nor any color. It doesn't even have eyes. But it appears as if it has eyes that are upraised. It appears with cross-eyed. So there is a significant, this is why I'm saying, if you simply chant the mantras and then you go away, you don't even know what the purpose of chanting the mantras, right? You have to stop and ask, what is being said here? For heaven's sake, why should I chant all of this stuff? Only because I want to feel good. So, that is the teaching of, if you actually look at any, not only this Ritu or any Ritu, all of those are appearances only. Neither they have any kind of form, nor they have any type of clothes, and therefore none of these Ritus are even saying. They keep saying that, but at the same time they start describing the relative world. That is the incredible thing about this. So if none of this exists, why are you describing all of this? Array, in the relative context, all of this appears to exist. But while you are looking at those appearances, don't get carried away by those. That's the message. That's the message and the essence of spiritual living. But at the same time, none of this is real, just like a reflection is not real. Pratidrishyate, drishyate. Then anyonyantuna himsrataha. Now that is a higgisrataha because of the Krishna Yajurveda's goosebumps, as somebody told me. In Krishna Yajurveda only you have goosebumps. Gum, g, g. Okay, let's chant the next 3 lines, 4 lines. Anyonyantuna higgisrataha.
Anyoonyantu na higgasrataha.
Satastadeva lakshanam.
Satastadeva lakshanam.
Lohitokshni sharashirshnihi.
Lohitokshni sharashirshnihi.
Suryasyodayanam prati.
Suryasyodayanam prati.
Anyoonyanto nahi gasrataka.
Anyoonyantu na higgasrataha. Om Anyoonyantu na higgasrataha. Anyoonyantu na higgasrataha.
Satastadeva satastaddevalakṣanam.
Satastaddevalakṣanam. Satastaddevalakṣanam.
Lohitokshnisharashirshnihi. There is the swara, 1 second. Lohitokshnisharashirshnihi.
Lohitokshnisharashirshnihi. Lohitokshnisharashirshnihi.
Suryasyodhayanam prati.
Suryasyodhayanam prati. Suryasyodhayanam prati.
Okay. Oh, I have to chant the full. Anyonyantu nahi gasrataka satastaddevalakṣanam lohitokshnisharashirshnihi suryasyodhayanam prati.
Anyonyantu nahigasrataha satastaddevalakṣanam lohitokshnisharashirshnihi suryasyodhayanam prati.
Anyonyam tu na himsrataha sataha tat deva lakshanam. The sandhi it becomes satastad deva lakshanam. Tat plus deva becomes, and then the taha plus ta becomes sta. Satastad deva lakshanam. Lohitaha akshnihi shara shirshnihi suryasya udayanam prati. So this particular mantra is talking about Anyonyantu na hisrataha. Anyonyantu, anyonyam tu na himsrataha. That is the that is the padas within it. Anyonyam. Anyonyam means togetherness. They're always together in this season. Anyonyam tu na himsrataha. People do not generally harm each other. Tat sataha, that is this season's deva lakshanam, divine attribute. Because ahimsa is a divine attribute. Therefore, na himsrataha, ahimsa towards each other, and that is a divine attribute. In addition to that, Suryasya udayanam prati, at the time of dawn, the sun appears to have lohitaha akshihi, red eyes, shara sirishnihi, greenish color like that of a female parrot. Shara is a female parrot. Shirshni is the color of it. She is the head color. The head color of a female parrot is greenish in color. Shara shirshnihi. Suryasya udayanam prati. So again, it is describing the characteristics that are appearing during at the time of sunrise. But you have to keep referring to it. But really speaking, न एव रूपं न वासांसि न चक्षुः न शिरः. None of that is applicable. I don't know how many of you have even caught what I said at the end of the class last week or read the transcript to get connected to it. Why is it called Shishira? I described that. What is all that cutting off the head of Rudra to do with, etc.? What is that to do with Shishira Ritu? I mentioned that.
Shira.
So that aspect which is related to reuniting of the head, Shishira, is applying. That is again, it's all metaphorical, but nothing to do with the Shishira Ritu. Nothing to do with Samvatsara. It is that this is the repetition theme of Aruna Prashna that you will see over and over and over. They say Drishyate, Pradrishyate, then Vachaha Prayujyante. You will see repetition of such words. Tasyaisha Bhavati, that is how it is going to be. So then so at those points, Evam Veda, this is all you have to learn or know. Tvang Karoshin, okay, next two mantras will conclude the 17th. Tvang Karoshinyanjalikam.
Tvang karoshinyanjalikam.
Tvang Karoshi Nijanukam.
Tvang karoshi nijanukam.
The next also, if we finish, then it completes that. Nijanuka Menyanjalika.
Nijanuka menyanjalika.
Ami Vacha Mupasatamiti.
Ami vachamupasatamiti.
Om Tvang Karoshinyanjalikam.
Om Tvang karoshinyanjalikam.
Jalikam.
Jalikam.
Correct. One more time.
Tvang karoshinyanjalikam. Sorry, one more time.
Jalikam.
Jali.
Jalikam. Jalikam.
Jalikam. Okay. Jalikam. Tvang karoshinyanjalikam. Tvang karoshinyanjalikam.
Mankaroshi Nijanukam.
Tvang karoshi nujanu. Sorry. Tvang karoshi nijanukam. Tvang karoshi nijanukam.
Nijanukamenyanjalika.
Nijanukame enyanjalika. Nijanukame enyanjalika.
Amivachamupasatamiti.
Ami vachamupasatamiti. Ami vachamupasatamiti.
Tvang karoshinyanjalikam. Tvang karoshi nijanukam. Nijanukamenyanjalika. Amivachamupasatamiti.
Tvang karoshinyanjalikam. त्वं करोषि निजानुकामे एञ्जलिका अमी वाचमुपासतामिति.
So let's look at the words again. Tvam karoshi ni anjalikam. Tvam karoshi ni ajanukam. Ni ajanukam. So that is the, then nijanuka, ni januka, me, ni anjalika, ami vacham upasatam iti. Tvam karoshini anjalikam. So the reference is tvam, to you. To who? To this Shishira Ritu. They are saying, O Shishira Ritu, you make our folded hands bend towards our knees. Tvankaroshi, you make knee go down. Anjalikam, what is our hands, what happens in the season during the winter season, not for the people who have heaters, but if you go down and go look at the homeless people or you look at outside those who don't have the heating condition, both the knees are folded towards the head by the hands. So as if they are doing complete pranamam. They are sitting like this with the head in the knees and the knees pulled by the hands. So we are doing bending towards you. We are doing bowing towards you. You make us bow to you. Tvankaroshini ajanukam. You also make our knees also bend. Janu is knee. And so the knees are also bending. Then if somebody else, you see somebody else not like that, then you say, hey, it's very cold. Bend your knees. May the knees touch the ground. May januka knee. May januka knee. May my knees touch the ground. Anjalika knee. May my hands be folded together like Anjali. Ami, may all of us, or may all of you, upasatam, follow, vacham iti, what is being said. So the previous lines were about the characteristics of the sun during the dawn. These 4 lines are about the characteristics of people at the dusk. When the sun goes down, what happens? You fold your knees and you fold your hands, put your head in the knees to protect yourself from the cold. Shishira, head in the knees. So these then ami vacham upasatam iti. Upasatam means following closely. Follow these instructions that are being given. Who is saying this? Each one saying to each other. Now, if you look at the state of the people and the characteristics of the people, anyonyantu himsrataha. They're all in the houses now because of the cold. And when they're all in the houses, there is no crime outside. that is the characteristic in the society. It's all symbolic. Anyonyantana himsrataha. In the context of symbolic meaning associated with it, when you indulge in the world, you will commit crime. Either through your word, thought, or deeds. Somehow you make mistakes. knowingly or unknowingly, advertently or inadvertently. But if it is all inside, and that means you are always connected to the inside, then there is automatically ahimsa. And that ahimsa aspect of it comes because you are happy within yourself. You don't need somebody to appreciate you. You don't need somebody else's acknowledgement that you look beautiful. And why do you care for all of that? Only when you step outside the house. Why do you step outside the house? Because you have to indulge in the world somehow or the other. Can you be stepping outside into the world but not really step outside of yourself? If you step into the world without stepping outside of yourself, then that is a divine attribute. Satastad Deva Lakshana. It's a divine attribute to be in the world, but not of it. To be in the world and not of it. Then what happens? Automatically there will be Anyonyantuna Himsrataha. There is no himsa at all. Himsa, Simha, Hamsa, Soham. These 4 words, I described the meaning of all of this during the Rudra Jnana Yajna. 4 words. Himsa, Simha, Hamsa, Soham. Just meditate on those words, then you will understand what is Himsa. Yesterday, some lady writes a WhatsApp message to me saying that I'm going to Kailas. If I have hurt you, advertently or inadvertently, please forgive me. I wrote back to her, have a blissful time in Kailas. Only I can hurt myself. So you please don't worry about it. Huh? Only you can hurt yourself mentally. Physically, if somebody hurts you, then you have to protect yourself. But mentally, only you can hurt yourself. Nobody can hurt you. This is very important aspect of forgiveness. If you felt hurt mentally, I'm talking mentally, not physically. Okay, typical lot of people will ask about social abuse and all of that stuff. I'm not talking about that. There is a process. You have to protect yourself, whatever is required. Mentally, memory point of view, no one can hurt you except yourself. And if you felt such way, you have to forgive yourself so that you become complete again. That is what is forgiveness. Not telling, oh, I forgive you. I forgive you is an ignorant statement. You're not forgiving anybody. You're forgiving yourself. Same thing with service. You're not serving somebody else. You're serving yourself. So, Anyonyantana Himsrataha. The nature of the Shishira Ritu externally, interpreting the mantra literally is, nobody steps outside of the house, and because of that, there is less crime in the society, is an apparent description that is related to the Shishira Ritu, but actually speaking, it is symbolic of what should be practiced in life. Because right now, spring in USA, it is some other season in some place else, based on how they're located on the hemisphere. Opposites of seasons occur. So obviously the season stuff, all of this that we're studying is all symbolic. So when you can always step outside without stepping out of yourself. When you do that, you don't hurt anybody, nor you get hurt by somebody. Suryasya udayanam prati. Now this is another thing. So how this, see, I'm taking the effort to actually connect us to the symbolic aspect, because that is what will stay with you. Unless that mantra is applied to you, it will not stay with you. You're always thinking I'm praying for some God. And therefore, if I pray to some God, it doesn't apply to me, no. Because I pour water on him, I am done with it. But that fellow is not impure for you to pour water. He is the purest. You are the impure one. So you should be pouring water on yourself, cleaning yourself all the time. Why you are pouring water on that is which is already pure? You understand this, then you will understand Abhishekam much more profound. So similarly, this mantra that is Suryasya Udayanam Prati. But when there is this dawn, it appears, you see the picture, the background itself tells you. Suryasya Udayanam Prati, how he looks. And then you also see in the background, there's a beautiful reflection that is created by him. And there is this huge waterfalls. This is the Zimbabwe Victoria Falls picture taken by the speaker. So that what it is telling you is, when the sun is rising now, Suryasya Udayanam Prati, every time, Prati means repetition. Every time there is a repetition of this sun rising, Lohita Akshnihi, Sharaha Shirshnihi. Then what's happening? Whenever this intellect is rising, whenever the eyes are open, then they seem to be red, Lohita, Lohitaksha. Lohita means beautiful orangish color is Lohita. That represents the Rajasic guna rising with the intellect. So therefore, when there is this rising associated with activity again, the eyes appear to be red in color and the head is greenish yellow in color. You understand now? Every mantra, if I am skipping the symbolic meaning, you as sadhakas or the spiritual aspirant must focus on that and connect to the symbolism. Then study of Veda becomes really a very powerful endeavor. And this is why it's called epistemology. It is teaching you total integration of the personal world to the relative world to the absolute world, combining social. Everything is combined. It's a complete spiritual study. Suryasya Udayanam Prati. Then what happens at the dusk? And there is what happens after the sun goes down? You go into tamas. You go into sleep and deep sleep. And how does that happen? The hands are coming together. The knees are coming together. The head, the hands, and the knees are together. What does that mean? Which is the animal that you can think of which completely withdraws its limbs when it is not needed? Don't need to answer. Don't need to answer. Okay. If you know, you are very happy. It's the turtle. Look at it. It has a shell. when there is no activity required, it is pulling its head, it is pulling its hands, it's pulling its legs, everything, the four limbs and the head, everything goes inside that shell. That is what is being described here. That is called Tirodhana. Tirodhana. In spiritual sadhana, it is Tirodhana. Pulling everything inside and completely being in a total meditative state. Amivacham upasata iti. Please follow these directions carefully. That is the teaching behind that mantra. Now you read the whole thing and then you are saying, why is Rudra's head cut off? Why is it reunited? All of this. The longest, as I mentioned, the winter seems to be the longest season of all the seasons. Because it is bitter cold from an external point of view. But what the rishis have done, what the spiritual aspirant does, is to integrate the personal life with what is happening outside. So what the rishis are describing here is what is happening outside completely should reflect inside. And when such integration of what is inside and what is outside happens, that is what is called P-E-A-C-E, peace. When what is happening outside is disintegrated with what is inside, then it is P-I-E-C-E. Are you all connecting to me? Am I talking to myself? Huh? I'm talking to myself. Mostly that's what happens. Mostly that is what happens. If I really want to have a benchmark for that, you are also listening, and that you are equal partner in this spiritual journey together. Bhadran karne bhihi, pashye bhihi. You understand? Pashye bhihi. All that represents it together. If we are not seeing it together, now why that mantra is repeated 2 times, now you know. You have to be all ears to understand it. You have to be all eyes to see it. You have to expend your lifetime to connect to it. You have to have your entire system and the limbs work together to be focused on it. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense. We will just be chanting like parrots. Sharashirshni. Sharashirshni. Parrot heads. Only parrot heads. So that is also the reason why you do Rudram 11 times. That is also the reason you do this Parayana over and over and over. Every time you do Parayana, you should have this incredible experience of what did I not connect and how am I connected now. That is the reason why it's called Parayana. Parayana. Parayana doesn't mean chanting, hello, Satcharitra Parayana, constantly we are doing this Parayana. Ayana means path. Para means to the ultimate. The journey of the intellect to what is ultimate. Tirthaya cha kulyaya cha paryaya cha paryaya cha avaryaya cha prataranaya uttaranaya. What mantra I am chanting? Which Anuvakam is it? What day?
Ninth Anuvaka.
It's 8. It's 8.
Eighth Anuvakam ra. Adagangane Takamani. What words were which? Namastirthaya cha kulyaya cha paryaya cha avaryaya cha prataranaya uttaranaya. when you look at those words, it tells you what is Parayana. How is this taking me to that next level? And it is a continuous journey. It's not going to stop. Therefore, you do it, repeat over and over again, over and over again, over and over again. And every time it is repeated, every time it is looked at. Are you looking at only with your own perception? Or are you looking at together with the total system? So therefore, and then you can ask the question, why can't I do it myself? It won't happen when you do it yourself, because impossible for you to create the vibration of 500 people chanting Rudram versus one person chanting in a room. Impossible. The energy is not created. Impossible. Therefore, it is Ghosha. Then what happens is when the collective energy that is created, that energy takes the individual, it becomes from a single, what we call a 10-watt lamp to a 500-watt bulb. So when it becomes a 500-watt bulb, what happens? There is so much light that you can see much clearly. And I'm telling you very selfishly, the reason why I keep on emphasizing, or even Bhagavan has emphasized, collective, is because individual intelligence will not be enough to comprehend. Collective intelligence is the only way to connect. So that is the beautiful mantra that we have gone through for Shishira Ritu. It is not stopping there. Okay. I think this is the last, this is the last mantra of this Anuvaka, right? Oh no, there are two more mantras. 19 and 19th is the last. Okay, so we'll conclude next. We'll conclude the next week. But Karoshin Yanjan comes from Karoshin Jan. This 18th mantra has a beautiful teaching that is coming next. So we will keep that for, because I don't think I'll have time and it is top of the hour. Maybe 1 hour is enough of sadhana for most of these classes, because there's a lot to unpack. And sometimes I feel, it's like you cooked the meal, you put all the effort, and everything is on the plate, and then you just walk away from it. Huh? Perfect chanting is exactly like that. You chanted beautifully, you did everything, you have all the swara, gira, all that stuff ready. It's like cooking a perfect meal, and then everything is served on the plate. And then you get up and walk away without tasting it. Forget about digesting it. Even taste it. Then it's like that. Perfect chanting will just leave you to preparation of the meal. Then the next step is, have I actually tasted it? Okay, let's go to Yadakshara Padabhrashtam. Chandrasekhar Ganeshan will check Yadakshara Padabhrashtam.
ॐ यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव नारायण नमोऽस्तु ते विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व सायीश्वर अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व सायीश्वर अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष सायीश्वर हरिः ॐ तत्सत् श्री सायीश्वरार्पणमस्तु।
I think the I think I want to spend a couple of minutes here trying to. I think the quiz is closed today. And I will share the correct answers. Maybe since at least about 100 people have put an effort to do the thing, and just to be um, thankful to them for taking the time to do it. And I want to go through the correct answers, and I will share this also. Responses. Give me 1 second. It is loading. So there was some glitch. How many people? Oh, exactly 103 people. 103 people have completed the course. Okay, let me share the screen here. Oh, that is this. I shared this thing with how did it? It was I forgot how I got the answers last time. Oh yeah, here it is. I got it. Okay, we share the screen. At least I hope, okay, you all will take this seriously for your own benefit, not for my sake. Okay, are you seeing my screen?
Yes, Anna.
Okay, what does Putravatva primarily symbolize? Okay, Dharma continuity. 84% out of the 103 responses got it correctly. So almost perfect percentage there. 86%. Okay. Then Aruna Prashna includes Nyasa and Dhyana Shlokas. Okay, 88% got it correctly. Okay, that's good. Which of the following elements are invoked? Okay, now this is a tricky question. Just to make sure that you are paying attention to. Following elements are invoked. There Agnir Vayuscha Suryascha Agni Vayu Surya. Sahasanchas Karadhya. Including them, I am doing this Agni Ketuka Chayana. That is what the mantra says. So now you can see very much split. The answers are split. Those three are correct answers. Water is, a lot of people said water. Water is not the correct answer. Okay. Now, this one, most of the people seem to have got right. Apahita referred to. Apahita means eliminating obstacles. That's good. Goddess Saraswati is invoked. Okay. That also, I think 20 people are still confused because they probably did not hear the class, not read the Sanskrit, the transcript. I think there was this next question. So automatically we think desire, yes, desire is an obstacle. But what is the mantra saying? Apashnushnim aparakshaha, apashnushnim aparagham. Agham is sin. Apaghram apachavattim apadevi ritodita. Poverty and negativity. Those have to be removed, not desire. What is the gender of Apa Ova? Okay, so I think that the correct answer is feminine. What is the symbolic meaning? Yeah, this was the confusing thing because it was not taking the proper answers. So love, all pervading, I am, those are correct answers. Yeah, if you have that, now you can see it didn't accept the exact response. I'll have to fix that in the Google Forms. Natural process, implied water, wind, and sun is water cycle. That's correct. And then what is not a resource for internal yajna, unlike what we think. For most of us, wealth is important. So we think wealth is the only thing that is not required for you to realize yourself. Wealth is required only to take care of yourself. But that is what taking care of ourselves. Money is the most corrupt thing in this world. Okay, those are the responses, and I will publish this to the class. Okay, now let's start. Are there any questions?
Saramana.
Yeah, there is a question on the line. Let me just look at it. Raising the intellect is the arrival. No. Okay. I think the rising the intellect is not okay. Rising of intellect or the rising of the sun and the creation aspect of it is movement. So when there is the rising of the sun, there is movement in the nature. All the birds actually even perceive even before the sun rises, unlike the human beings who don't even rise until the sun is halfway in the sky. The birds and other things, you will actually see the movement even before they rise. So that intellect, what we're talking about is Suryasya Udayanam Prati. Every time there is the rising of the sun, then what happens? There is Rajoguna, Lohitokshni, Sharasishni. That's what I was explaining. Rising of the intellect to Nirguna state, there is no intellect in Nirguna state. Nirguna means without, there is no need for intellect in Nirguna state. There is no need for mind in Nirguna state. There is no senses in Nirguna state. Nirguna means without any attributes. The state of mind and the state of intellect are associated with the gunas. That is the answer to that. Okay. Next. Yes, somebody else now on the online. What is the significance of cross-eyed? Shir, Shni, how does one connect to the Rajasic nature of the green colored, parrot head? Yeah. Okay. So when the question is, what is the significance? I think everybody can see the question. Atirascha, not tirascha. Okay. Atirascha. Ativurdhva, atirascha. Okay, sir. That is the Sudhakar, atirascha.
Okay, thank you.
Ati urdhva akshaha is atyurdhvaksha. Then there is atirascha. Atirascha, you see there is a avagraha in the mantra. The avagraha in the mantra is there is a. So atirascha. Atirascha. So he's asking the question, what is this? So now look at the state of the people when they are in this bitter cold situation. The eyebrows are raised, automatically the eyebrows raise. And then if you are in severe winter, etc., you become cross-eyed also. Because the description of the state of the eyes, right? When you put all the monkey cap and all on a monkey head, then all the stuff that you are tying over the eyebrows get pulled up, and you look like you have a cross-eyed. So that you are asking, that is the literal meaning of that. What is the meaning of in the context of the appearance point of view? Sorry, somebody please mute if you are not talking. So from an appearance point of view, that is the appearance point of view. What is the internal symbolic point of view? That is the question you're asking. Oh, significance. Yeah, that means what is the significance of that? That means that your vision or your ability to see properly is impaired also in the winter due to severe cold. Then what do you have to do? You have to pull yourself in, and you will be. But actually, the next mantra is actually saying this is the external state, but internally, what is it? Na eva rupam, na vasamsi, na chakshuhu. Silent, please mute. So that is the inner significance of it. The inner significance is in the next lines. Sharasirshnihi, parrot eyes, parrot green color. What is that to in reference to? Shirsha, right? Shirshini. So Shishira. It is all about the description of the green color combined with the red color is the description of, again, the intellect, the head engaged in activity. That is the significance of it. Okay, next, any other question? Somebody has a question online?
Saramana.
Yeah.
So you gave the example or the analogy of the turtle pulling its legs, and you said that as Tirodhana. Is that right?
Right.
Okay. I mean, Tirodhana is, I mean, I've heard that as part of the Pancharudras, where the fourth aspect of the Rudra is Tirodhana.
Mm-hmm. That's the same thing, yes.
Same thing? Okay.
Yeah, the Panchakritya. There are 5 aspects of Panchakritya Parayana. 5 activities, functions may be associated with the divine. And the same 5 functions are associated with the divine within you also, not the divine outside. The divine inside also has the same 5 functions. What are the 5 functions? Speak in English.
Creation.
No, Sairam, please. Only the person I'm talking to should engage in discussion. Others don't answer. Yes.
Creation, sustenance, dissolution. Fourth is this withdrawal. Fifth is grace or anugraha.
Very good. Now, how does that apply to you?
Creation applies to the body, which is it is three. First 3 applies to the gross aspect, which is the body, which is birth. We're born, we live, and then this body goes off. Then I couldn't connect on the fourth and
yeah. So do the research of how the 5 functions are happening through us, not in a lifespan kind of thing, but it is happening every single minute. It is happening. Every time a thought is coming, it is happening. The birth of a thought is Sajjo Jatam Pravajjami. Sajjo Bhave Bhave Nati Bhave Bhavasvamam Bhavod Bhavaya Namaha is happening all the time through you. Every time, thought after thought after thought is being born. Continuously it is being born. No? There's a continuous birth of the thought. Then there is a manifestation of the thought into something in a relative world is happening. You get a thought, I am hungry, I have to eat. So therefore you eat. That results in action for sustenance. Then there is the context of dissolution. When you are awake, there is constant activity. when you are in sleep or in a dream, you are projecting activity. In deep sleep, what exists? Dissolution is deep sleep. Everything is dissolved into it. Huh? After everything is in the context of the dissolution, everything is completely redacted. In your deep sleep state, there is absolutely no senses are functioning, no mind is functioning. There is absolutely no what we call as sensual experience associated with it. Senses are completely dissolved. And in a deep seed state, it's like going into a seed. And then how did the one that has gone into the complete deep seed state, how does it come out? Why did you come out of your deep sleep? What happened? You see, you don't have to study God. Forget studying God. Study yourself. Ask the question, what's happening to me every day after I've gone back to deep sleep? How did I wake up again? How did I wake up? Tirodhana has happened. How did I wake up? Anybody has an answer to that? Now I ask a open floor. Baji, you can give the last answer because you are the most realized, it looks like. Who told you to wake up? Hello? Not alarm
The
clock,
alarm.
no. Alarm
The
clock,
alarm.
no. The alarm, yeah, that's it. I knew when she opened the mic, I knew that's what she's going to say. If the alarm has not woken me up, I would not have woken up, you know?
No, I would.
No, you would, because somebody is calling you, open the saloon, come on, where are you? Knocking
No.
your doors, yes. So, that is what is called anugraha. Anugraha. It's by the grace of God that you woke up again. You could have fallen asleep and then be in the sleep and never wake up again. But somebody has decided to be awake again, and that is anugraha. And when you wake up again, do you ever say, thank you for waking through me again? You said that. You could have gone away from any one of the holes when I'm asleep. Have you woken up and say, oh, you have woke up again through me. Oh God, you have woken up again through me. What can I do for you? Or how do you want this day to be spent by you, through me? Because it is your will that this body woke up again. How would you like to spend this day? उत्तिष्ठोत्तिष्ठ पर्तीश उत्तिष्ठ जगतीपते उत्तिष्ठ करुणापूर्ण लोकमङ्गलसिद्धये. Oh, Bhagwan, you have woken up through me. Please wake up through my body, through my senses, through my intellect. You are the one that is waking up again. Uttishta, Uttishta, Uttishta. Three Uttishtas are there. Uttishta, Uttishta Partisha. Uttishta Jagatipate. Uttishta Karunapurna. Four are there actually. There are two awakenings to Partisha. Uttishta, Uttishta Partisha. One awakening for Jagatipate, Uttishta Jagatipate, Uttishta Karuna Purna. That is the fourth one. So, who is waking up? When you say Anugraha, Anugraha, this is Anugraha. Suprabhatam is giving you a way of life. For those of you who are chanting the Suprabhatams at retreats, especially, otherwise nobody is awake for Suprabhatam. Forget about it. They'll all go to a retreat and suddenly there is this awakening. Oh, a lot of people are there. Let us all sing Suprabhatam. Let us all do Nagara Sankirtana. What happened to that awakening in a daily life? Have you ever, when you're waking up, have you said, Tishta? Now, what is it saying? What is awakening through you is that anugraha that is happening 2 times in the body, 1 time in the mind, and another time in your heart. Partisha. Parti is your body. Isha means the one who controls it. The one who is controlling your body, you are asking him, awake through my body, the controller of my body. Partisha. Now, why I am giving a talk on Suprabhatam now? Because I'm sure tomorrow morning a lot of people will sing Suprabhatam at the retreat. When they are singing Suprabhatam, you pay attention to Suprabhatam, not your super bottom. When will this be over? 21 ohms and this 10 minutes of sitting on the floor. Anugraha is that. What is awakening to us? Rahu Grasta Divakarendu. That mantra that is there in that shloka that is there in Dakshinamurti Stotram. Coming back to Suprabhatam, every line of Suprabhatam then tells you, every single shloka in Bhagavan's Suprabhatam will tell you what is the purpose of this awakening. The purpose of this body to awake 2 times is to do service. And then there is Uttishta Jagatipate, Partisha Jagatipate. Jagat Pate. What is Jagat? This Jagat is the projected world that comes and goes. This projection of the world happens through the mind. Jagati Pate means the one who is the protector of what is projected, or who is the one that is behind also that projection. And therefore, Jagati Pate, oh, the protector of my mind. And then Uttishta Karuna Purna. What is the purpose of waking this body? What is the purpose of this projected world? It is only for one thing. Why is the world projected out of you? The world, now this is a different topic I'm going in, but I won't get into that discussion now. Then what is the purpose of this anugraha? What is the purpose of this awakening through this body and the mind? And the mind is the one that has created this projected world. Vishwandarpana Drushyamana Nagari Tuljan Nijantargatam Pashyannatmani Majaya Bahirivodbhutam Yatha Nidraja. Udbhutam, projected. It is projected. Jagat is projected. Brahma Satyam, Jagat Midhya. Why it is Midhya? Because it is projected. And why this world is projected? For what reason why it is projected? It is projected only to fill it with your compassion. Uttishta Karuna Purna. Purna means filling it with what? Compassion, love and compassion. Karuna Purna. Then what is the outcome of all of this? Loka Mangala Siddhaye. So that there is nothing else inside and outside. Whatever is being seen is auspicious and precious. Vidira Suprabhatam Re Chandrasekhara. Urinjana.
Thank you. Super explanation.
This is the Panchakritya Parayana. This is exactly the context of what this Shishira Ritu is talking about. Pulling the head and knees, everything is Tirodhana. then how would you wake up again? Huh? If you are pulled inside and everything gone into a deep sleep state, Bijasyantarivang Puro Jagadidam Prang Nirvikalpam Punaha Maya Kalpita Desha Kala Kalana Vaichitrya Chitrikritam Mayaviva Vijrumbhayatyapi Mahayogi Vayasvechaya Tasmai Sri Guru Murtaye Namayadam Sri Dakshina Murtaye. So this is the context of the five Srushti: evolution, sthiti, resolution, laya, dissolution, tirodhana, reduction, tirodhana, sankalpa, anugraha, they say. Sankalpa, anugraha, rebirth, re-manifestation. That is anugraha. Srushti, sthiti, tirodhana, sankalpa is what they say. Sankalpa is also anugraha. That is it. This graha is associated with eclipse, anugraha. That is also Rahu Grasta Divakare. Now I'm going into Dakshinamurti. Still, Dakshinamurti is taking over because all these explanations about every state of mind experienced is given in that Dakshinamurti story. Yes, ma, Bala, you have a question? Bala, for you. You have a question, Sairam? Okay, Sairam. All good?
Yeah, no, my question is, what is the meaning of Tirodhana? Is it like a return? Tirodhana.
Tirodhana ante, just like, since you're a Telugu person, I'll explain in Telugu first in English. తాబేలు తన ఇంద్రియాలను ఎట్లాగ లోపలికి లాక్కొని కూర్చుంటుందో అది తిరోధానం అంటే. తిరహ ఉధానం మీన్స్ రివర్సల్, ఎవ్రీథింగ్ గోయింగ్ బ్యాక్ ఇన్సైడ్.
Total meditative state.
అదెవరు చెప్పింది అది? Who is saying that?
No, I think you mentioned total meditative state while you were explaining the tortoise example.
So meditation doesn't necessarily mean reduction. Okay, the reduction applies to senses and to the mind, which is going inside, because their tendency always is to go outside. That is their job function. Every time you see, it takes you outside. Every time you hear, it takes you outside. So that is the function of the senses. Now, when you redact them, when you keeping them inside, meditation not necessarily mean just the reduction of the senses. Yes, it will be important. Now, the word even nidra in Sanskritam does not mean sleep. The translation of the word nidra in English as sleep is actually very limited translation. If you look at the root of the word nidra, means complete withdrawal of the senses. Okay, we'll go into that next mantras. It will come Sadrapsaha. All those things will come in Aruna Krishna. So Saira. Okay, all good. We will meet next Saturday from the beautiful country of South Africa. Saira. Yes, Guru, a question or Balaji question?
Thank you so much, Saira.
Saira. Okay. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्याय्येन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः ॐ ब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य